Well, welcome back. We want to thank you for making Good Day a part of your Tuesday morning. So Toledo is a city of ethnic neighborhoods, and the North End is the perfect example.
Yes, the Poles settled in the area along LaGrange Street years ago and kept many of their traditions, like eating Poonch-key on Fat Tuesday or getting kielbasa for Easter dinner.
And where did they get that delicious sausage and those baked goods? Well, Stanley's Market, and that's where we find Diane this morning. Good morning to you, Diane.
Hey, you got there pretty quick.
Yeah, I drive really fast when I know that there's a Poonch-key on the line here. And of course, they still have boxes full of Poonch-key, so I had to get here. But of course, like you said, I'm at Stanley's Market, and I'm joined with Simon. So your family's been owning Stanley's here for, quite a while. So first, tell us the history of the market.
Sure. It was opened in 1932 by Stanley Gorston. My Jaja, or my grandpa, he bought it in the late 50s, possibly early 60s. And it's been in our family ever since. My father, Joe, owns it now, and I'm starting to learn how to take over.
Yeah, good. So all that family tradition there. So Poonch-key season is not anything new to you guys. So tell us about, all the Poonch-keys that we have behind you.
Sure. Right now we're carrying apple, blueberry, custard, chocolate, lemon, raspberry, and we even have a plain Poonch-key.
Plain?
Yeah, some people take it, they stuff it with their own fillings, or they eat it a little dry.
Oh, is it a top seller?
No, but we carry it every year and it sells.
Okay, and what about folks, though, that are looking for prune? I know it's maybe not a fan favorite, but could they find that option here?
Yeah, we carry the prune filling. We've stuffed a couple ourselves, but a lot of times the people will buy that and make their own.
Oh, I'm going to just leave it to the experts, and I'll do, the shopping side of it. So we have folks that are coming in. Of course, you'll have these through the day, but what do a lot of people say when they're, coming and grabbing that box?
They're just carrying on their annual tradition. A lot of times you'll find it in your work break room, a big box of Poonch-key on Fat Tuesday. It's that time of year that you can splurge a little bit because you're going to be really good during Lent, so it's time to add in those extra calories now.
Yeah, so let's also talk about, the pronouncers. I was telling Amanda, I said, okay, I'm going to ask, how do you pronounce it? So can you kind of help us out on maybe some pronouncers or the singular, or if it's plural?
Yeah, Poonch-key in itself with the I at the end is the plural version, even though you'll still hear everyone asking for a box of Poonch-keys, which we'll sell them to you anyways.
Yeah, no matter how we pronounce it, if we, maybe butcher it, you're still going to have us covered, and you're going to help us out. So, of course, you have a lot of Polish products that are here. So let's even beyond, I won't call it a donut, but even beyond the Poonch-key, what else do you have here that's, very unique as far as that Polish heritage?
Yeah, we make, I think, 7 different varieties of pierogi. We obviously have our kielbasa that we've been making for over 50 years. That's our best seller. We make a lot of other homemade things. We have fresh baked rye bread every day, always fresh meats. We get every other week we get a half a steer in from an Ohio farmer. So we always have the Ohio beef available here.
Oh, that's nice and fresh to have that. And also coffee cakes. Some folks were wondering at the station if you could help them out with some Polish coffee cake.
Yeah, we've got the platek. Here every day. Oh,
so it's available every day. Of course, you can come and check that out. So also kind of tell us about what you have maybe as far as, some deals on the Poonch-key, like for the day, if it's I buy, 5 boxes, or is it just per box?
Yeah, I think they are just by the count. They're at $1.90 per Poonch-key, I believe.
Yes.
I believe it is.
Yes, yeah, trying to, get those individuals or also the box. And you said that you've also had a lot of people who've been buying them ahead because they just really want them for this morning.
Yeah, there was a few cars waiting in the line to pick up their dozens so they could get them back to work to have them for everybody.
Yes, and even the kids, as well, they're going to want them this morning or after school to have a couple. But thank you, Simon, for having us. Of course, if you want to grab a couple of boxes, maybe help out, your coworkers, your friends, your neighbors, Stanley's is going to be a great place here on the north side of Toledo. Of course, they've been here, so they know how to do it. So make sure you head down here. And Amanda, I think I answered the question. So if the I, it's Poonch-key, that's the plural, and Poonch-key is the singular.
Okay. And he said Poonch-key.
He said Poonch-key.
Poonch-key. versus Poonch-key.
Oh, yes.
Poonch-key?
Yeah, of course, then you have, yeah, Poonch-key, 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 Poonch-key. Can you help us out with that?
I've always, I think that most people call it Poonch-key, but Poonch-key may be the proper way.
Oh, okay.
Well, like you said, however you say it, Amanda, they're gonna help you out in that department. If you want a box, yeah, you're gonna be good with us.
You know what? I don't think anyone really cares. They just eat them, right? Eat them. He's gonna sell them regardless.
Exactly.
So there you go.
Exactly. All right, Diane. Thank you. Homework assignment completed. We appreciate that.